All right. All right, we are live. So, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Three Men in a Basement, the Sunday special, the DC special. I'm your host for this, Otto, and this is my grotto. We are coming to you live and direct. So, for this special, though, my other two men in a basement, Bernie 1869, happy birthday to you, brother. And my boy Roger Levesque is down visiting the mouse in Disney. So I grabbed Justin off the bench, and I got my boy Nemesis Prime, another DC expert, to join us for this Sunday special. It's going to be a lot of fun, all DC talk. I'm going to try to steer clear of the Marvel talk, but we got a lot of great DC news. So who better to bring in but my two DC experts? We got my boy Nemesis Prime. What's up, buddy? You fired up or what?
What is up, Otto? I am so excited for this. There's so much news that dropped this week. I can't wait to talk about.
Yeah, okay. And then coming off the bench, my boy DARKSIDE Jedi from the Long Box. What is up, my good brother? Good to see you.
Hey, man. So this is what the grotto looks like. I like it. It's nice. It's nice. It's a good setup.
So we're bringing everybody together in the grotto. Yeah. My wife is like, is everybody coming over to do this? I go, no, we're going to be all over the place, so we're going to make it work. So we've been following all this stuff that's been breaking, and with all this DC news, we're just waiting chomp by chomp because you're getting so many different bits of information with the movies coming up and stuff like that. I mean, we know Aquaman's coming up, and we know that's going to go up against.
Can't wait. Yeah,
can't wait, right? So Aquaman is going to go up against the new Transformers movie and something else, but
Spider-Verse.
The Spider-Verse. But Aquaman's definitely first, right, guys?
For sure. 100%. I mean, Bumblebee looked cool. I watched a few of the trailers. I'm down, but Aquaman for me, it's where it's at.
Right. All right. So I
got my tickets early too. Amazon Prime had a deal where you can get a week early, so I'm going to see it on the 15th. So expect a review.
Early.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Ryan. I actually got mine too, so I'm going to see
really
Saturday night. Yeah, Amazon Prime is the way to go. Unfortunately, I have to go to Jersey Gardens Mall in Elizabeth, where they had a shooting on Black Friday. So it's
did they really? Oh my God, jeez. All right, so from my point of view, and we'll get everybody's, we'll get the three men's opinions right now. I was doing some homework on it. Growing up, to me, and I know Justin, we've talked about this. Ryan, you've heard me talk about this. I am a Super Friends fanatic, right? And it goes from everything I talk about. It was a cartoon I watched every morning. I loved the different versions of Aquaman, even the ones that they had. I've watched the final trailer, and I just think it's fantastic. So I found out it's about 200. We're going on two hours and like 25 minutes, which I think is perfect for a movie.
Yes,
what do you guys think?
I agree. BB or Justice League was too short. That should have been at least an hour and a half. So I'm glad that they extended this Aquaman movie.
Right.
Well, not extended it, but made it the way it should have been in the first place, lengthwise.
Now, Justin, what do you think? 2 hours is good enough? 2 hours, 20 minets?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely fitting into the realm of kind of like, I guess, like Black Panther, where, he's already been established. So, you're going to get a little bit of a backstory and origin, but at least it's going to move forward. And I mean, I think it's going to be absolutely great, to be honest.
Now, what excites me the most is that the studio, and Tim had mentioned this previously, but the fact that they're doing a week early. They lifted the review embargoes, right? So you can do early reviews.
Yeah.
So this means the studio has the utmost confidence in this movie.
Okay.
Why else would they put it out a week early and allow you to review? Allow reviews and critics to post shit. So
yeah.
And I don't know if you watched that extended 10-minute trailer. It was like 5 minutes, but dude, come on.
Right.
If that didn't get you excited, then you just don't go see it. You know what I mean?
Dustin, you've watched it a bunch of times, the extended trailer?
Oh yeah, I actually it was pretty good. I picked up a 4K Blu-ray player on Black Friday, and I just viewed the 4K version of it.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Like just the detail. I mean, the action scenes with Mera fighting and everybody else. It's just looks great. I mean, Ocean Master looks absolutely awesome. Like I can't wait to see him in action.
For sure.
Right.
When they showed the mask, I was hook, line, and sinker. And Black Man, I mean, come on. I think he's going to be this year's like top, Halloween costume, toy, Christmas, everything. It's going to be awesome.
Right. So when I always talk about these movies, I always talk about you have to have strong villains, right? So in this, I think we're definitely having, Orem is his half brother, I assume, right? You guys, I'm not very.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Orem's the half brother.
Half brother.
Right. Now, where does Black Manta's hatred for Aquaman come in, you guys? I don't know this at all, so maybe you could educate us. Do we know, or he's just been the villain and that's been his?
You know, there is a backstory and I have it, but I just haven't read. I ended up actually buying the origin of Black Manta. I just haven't read it yet.
Okay, all right.
I think it's I think Aquaman or the Atlanteans killed Black Manta's father, and then that's kind of his revenge on
right. So
why he dislikes them. I think that was what I.
No,
I mean they've changed that maybe over the. I remember reading the Jeff Johns New 52 run, and that's kind of where that I remember it came from.
So I was
my education. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say me and my love for Black Manta, or my appreciation for a villain, just comes from the Super Friends. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I was gonna say my first experience with Black Manta was the Young Justice show.
Gotcha. Okay, right.
But it was Aqualad, the not the original, but
correct,
the other kid. It ended up being his son.
Right, absolutely.
But that was my first introduction to that character.
Right, absolutely. And we're going to keep Young Justice on tap. So all you DC fans, we're going to talk about that as we get going. So, Justin, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you have all the first appearances of except for, I don't know, do you have the first appearance of Aquaman? Justin?
No, I just have.
I
have the showcase book, which is like first Silver Age, first tryout issue origin. That's kind of the
But you have first appearance of Mira. You have what?
Mira, Manta, Black Manta, Ocean Master, even Aqualad too. I have first Aqualad.
Okay, right. So I just actually have the first appearance of Black Manta right here that I've been displaying, Aquaman 35. I actually bought this from TiVo like a year and a half ago.
Nice.
For my
I just sold my Aquaman 29 on our last auction, but I've got all the other ones.
Right now,
they're not graded yet. I'm going to have to send them in and get graded. I do have the Showcase 30 as well.
Yeah. Oh wow. So now, have you guys watched any of these books on eBay, Justin? Ryan? Have you seen?
No. I don't really start looking at stuff like that until I'm interested in selling a book.
Okay.
So once I get all these graded, then I'll start paying attention. But from what I'm seeing, I just sold an Aquaman 1 during the last auction and an Aquaman 29.
Okay.
And both. And hey, come to the Lords of the Long Box auctions because you're going to get books way under GPA.
Right.
But it was just on the rise. I think Aquaman #1 was like 625.
Yep.
GPA 3-month average.
Yeah.
I was bidding on that, Brian.
Yeah, I saw you. but that guy that got it had got a great deal. I think it sold for 455. I think it's 625 GPA. So hey, and there's no bad feelings about that at all. I'm glad.
Right. Justin, have you paid attention to any of the GPAs at all? Or is Black Manta going up, Mira going up, or
not really the ones that I'm not really books that I guess that are coming out. I mean, I think the only ones I'm really paying attention to is the Spider-Verse stuff. So
right.
The Spider-Gwen, just kind of looking at those two books. Not like I'm going to sell mine, but I just like seeing how much they're going for.
Right, to see if it's going to peak or whatever. But I'm curious to see where this Black Manta book goes. Orem actually too. I think Orem, the actor that plays him, Patrick Willis or something like that. I think he's going to be a great villain. I mean, I think it's definitely going to be cool. I like the fact that Dolph Lundgren is going to play his father. I think is that the way I was reading it, and then. William Dafoe is playing his
Volko.
What? How do you say his name?
Volko.
Yeah, Volko. And when
that's his technological training buddy or something. He's like in the comics. He's like an older dude with like a beard. And, yeah. And he's gonna kind of be like the one that helps him. His first appearance is a Brave and the Bold. I don't know the number.
Right. I was looking that up and kind of seeing that. So I'm curious to see if those books will go anywhere. And let's face it, the chick that plays Mira, the woman who plays Mira, is just hot. And I mean,
Amanda Heard, so good.
Good. It's really good. I'm curious to see, now we're still talking about it, like how they cinematically put it in the ocean, in the water, like how they do all that. But I mean, they figured it out, however, right?
When they did during Justice League, when they did that, where they kind of did the water bubble and they talked inside of that bubble, I was like, man, are they going to do that for the whole movie?
Right.
And then when I saw the trailer, I'm like, wow, okay, yeah, awesome. They did it the way it should have been. They can understand each other underwater. We're in, the viewers are supposed to be there with them, so we can understand them. So I think they did it a lot better in the Aquaman movie than they originally tried it out in the Justice League movie.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It was just too much. It was just too much, being in a dome of water to talk, and that just didn't make sense to me.
It's I think you have to suspend disbelief at this point, right? I mean,
to me, it looks like a mix between Star Wars, shit, what the hell is that name of that movie? Avatar.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then add another action crazy movie, but the colors and the brightness. This looks like the most, and I hate to use the word Marvel, but
right. This is a DC special. We're not talking about Marvel.
This looks like the most like a Phase 1 Marvel movie. I mean, it looks great.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I forget if it was James Wan, the director, or maybe Jason Momoa said it's kind of. He said this is the Guardians of the Galaxy under the water.
It's what it seems like. But and Tim was saying how this is supposed to have like one of the most epic battle scenes since like Lord of the Rings or something.
Right.
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like that.
So, yeah. I think there's just the way they're just building this up and stuff like that. And, the early reviews, and then we'll get the haters on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't care about the haters, man, because guess what? When I go see the movie,
right.
I know I'm going to like it.
Yeah, right.
I like you guys, but if you don't like it, who cares? I liked it. So that's how I look at things, man. I don't listen to all that critic shit.
Right. I know. So, Justin, are you bringing the wife to the movies to go see it?
No, actually, me and Dave are going to go see it on the 15th.
Nice. All right. I haven't talked to the other two men about going to see it. But on a side note, I'm actually taking the kids tomorrow night to see another DC film that's celebrating its 40th anniversary. I'm going to see Superman 1, the original Superman with Christopher Reeves, on the big screen. And I found this thing I was trolling through Instagram, not to get on a side note, but I saw it come up, and Christopher Reeves to me was one of my heroes. I remember my mother taking me, God rest her soul, when I was a kid, and we stayed in line forever. And I wanted, as a father, and you guys will know, and Justin, when you start having a family, you'll know, you want to bring all these experiences in. So tomorrow night, I said, listen, we're going on a road trip. The movie theater is like 35, 40 minutes away. So packing the kids up, going to go out to dinner, going to go see Superman again on the big screen, try to relive the memories that I had as a kid, and just really excited for it. So
yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, now is the time to be a DC fan, right, you guys? I mean,
well, look, they can only go up, right?
Right.
I mean, I don't think they can go any lower.
Have you guys seen the posting about like I don't know, some social SJWs, people like that, saying that they want Snyder's version to be released? Did you guys see all that?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah,
I just
continuing thing.
Get over it. I don't think it will be. It's just I don't even. Who knows what even exists?
Right. Justin, what do you think about that? Is that just like, Mishigosh, or just people trying to...
It's just hearsay. I mean, it's just hearsay, and just like the haters.
It's probably Snyder starting all that shit. He's like, yeah, release me.
So right now, I just want to give a shout out on the final line. We got a few people. We got my boy Randy Sloan, Mr. Wonkers, hanging out. Good to see us. Barry Gary's jumping in. He's hanging out with us. And we're just chopping it up. I'm going to try to get Barry Gary on here pretty soon, but we're going to talk about that. And we get some other shows, and maybe Mr. Wonkers, you set up a camera, man. You could be on the show too. You're a big fan. We appreciate it.
So is this the first time your kids are going to see this movie, or have they seen it before?
I don't remember. Like, okay, so whenever it was younger, my oldest, I tried to have them watch everything. And then, we bought movies for the cars and stuff like that, so they could watch on car rides and stuff. So I remember they've seen a lot of the X-Men movies. We've seen Superman 2 quite often, because that was obviously one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they've ever seen Superman 1. So no, I think this is going to be 100% new experience.
It'll be a fun experience for them. And I think it still holds up. I don't think it's like a Batman 89 where you watch it today and it's like, holy shit. Right. Like, that movie is a little bit cheesy, but yeah, I think the Superman movies hold up.
Right. So
the first two.
That being said, what was the first like DC movie that you guys saw? Was it the Batman
as a kid?
Yeah, Justin, what was it for you?
Yeah, for me it was Batman 89, the premiere. Like I remember my dad had won tickets on the radio.
Okay. Oh god.
We went to the anybody watching from Michigan, we went to the Star John R. And it was so crowded, there were people sitting in the aisles.
Right. Oh my
God. When that first song, when the song came on at first, that Warner Bros. Yeah. People erupted. I forget how old I was. It was 89. I was born in 76. Do the math. Okay, yeah. But holy shit, man. I was on top of the world. It was awesome. What an experience.
All right. Justin, is that the same for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was probably 7, so
Really?
I'm a lot
Okay.
younger than you guys. But
Yeah.
I mean, I could just remember going to this little two cinema thing in Union, New Jersey, and
Oh my God!
I mean,
Right.
it was awesome. I think it was like me, my mom, and maybe one of my friends, and it
Yeah.
was just such an epic thing. So
Right. It absolutely was. I was a little bit older. I was a teenager, 16 or 17, and I remember buying the ticket. And I bought the ticket. I looked at my buddy, my boy Chris Peters, and I said, "Dude, I feel like I just won the lottery." You know what I mean? That's how excited I was. So,
do you remember how much hype there was for this movie?
I kind of do, but you know, it was real cloudy back then. So,
Yeah, right.
I kind of do. But I'll tell you,
Yeah, I was a clear-headed, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young child. So,
okay.
you know, I wasn't quite in high school. You know,
Yeah,
killing
exactly.
brain cells quite yet.
Right. So I will tell you though, as we're talking about this, and I, you know, maybe if you guys agree with me, I am as excited for Aquaman as I was for maybe this Batman movie, and just the same for this Superman movie, because you know that's what I grew up to. Although I'm a Marvel fan with my X-Men stuff, but I'm really, really excited for this Aquaman movie, man. And then the last scene, he had the green and yellow on. I mean, that's got to be the last scene, right, Justin?
I think that's kind of him getting into the final battle, because I think in the last trailer, I think if it's the international version, you kind of see him use his powers, and he's got all the fish and sharks, dolphins, whatever, just swimming around him. So I think that's going to be like an end battle with him and Orm.
An end battle scene. Okay. All right. And then okay, so you've got them fighting for Atlantis. Black Manta, your guys' thoughts, where does he fill in? Is he just, you know,
well, from what it looks like, I don't know. Did you ever read the what was it? The Throne of Atlantis story arc. It was the New 52 run. It was Justice League and Aquaman.
Yeah,
I think they did. It was a really short, little, quick, but it was basically Orm wanted to basically flood the city and bring it down into the ocean, and they had to fight whatever. So I mean, to me, I think, you know, Aquaman gets, you know, he's next in line for the crown.
Correct.
Ocean Master doesn't want him. You know, he wants the throne. I'm sure that's going to probably be the battle between the brothers.
Yep.
If we had like the Shark Riders and the Dragon Riders, so I don't know if that's showing two different sides. But then maybe something boils over onto the surface, and that's where Black Manta, you know, something happens, you know, he gets pissed, he goes down and wants to destroy Atlantis. Maybe that's kind of where that ties in.
Right. Justin, what do you think about that?
I mean, I mean, it's tough because you're trying to piece together the trailers.
Right.
I think that one scene that's been in the trailers a lot with Aquaman kind of taking up the sub and jumping into it. I think he's on the sub. I think Black Man is in the sub. Whether that's like early scene or mid scene, you know, and then of course when they're fighting back on that city where
stuff like that,
they're just running through everything, and like Brian said, that 10-minute extended trailer just showed that full scene.
Right.
Looks really good. So we'll see where he fits in.
Right. I 100% agree with you. That's why I had to jump in on that. I totally think that that submarine scene has something to do with Black Manta. And I hope, though, that this Black Manta's not in it for like the 15, 20 minutes, and then he moves on to the second movie. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they've got too much invested in it. But listen, I think they're going to do this right, you know?
I think so too.
You know, fanboys are excited for this. So that's really cool.
But they need to get the rest of their shit together.
Right. So,
you know?
Speaking of the rest of their stuff, we've had 2 movies that have been talked about. And I'm going to save the second one, which I know you guys are probably more fired up for. But the Blue Beetle, right? People are saying that there's a Blue.
Hey, I've been thinking about a Blue Beetle movie since they talked about what was it back in? They were talking about doing that space buddy cop with what's his name, Booster Gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was like 2 or 3 years ago. So, and I always suspected. People said, "Oh, it could be Ted Kord," but I always suspected it would be Jamie Reyes. That just seems to be the way they go with these movies. They're using the newer characters as opposed to the older characters.
Right. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not. So So it's the original Blue Beetle was Ted Kord, right? So,
well, the original Blue Beetle was like a golden age character, but for our case and purposes, yes, Ted Kord was the first Blue Beetle.
And this new Blue Beetle is who, you guys? Tell me his name again.
Jamie Reyes.
Okay. So now his first appearance, Justin, is what? Is that
his first appearance? He first appears in Infinite Crisis 3.
Okay.
Like his parents, and then he finally gets the Scarab in Infinite Crisis 5.
Okay, so 3. So he's not in 4 at all, do you know? Or
no, I don't. He may be in it, but I think he's like a prisoner.
Right. Okay. So I have those somewhere, and I know because I think those books came out in like 03 maybe and stuff like that. And that's the time where I was just gobbling up everything. That's the time where, you know, the Justice League was great with Turner and they were doing this and stuff like that. So I was gobbling up everything. And Bernie 1869, and you were saying there's a variant too. 3 or 5 has a variant also.
Yeah, I think so. I think 5 does.
Yeah,
they're just the Infinite Crisis. I mean, most of the events that DC does, there was A and B covers.
A and B covers, okay.
And then there's like, I think there was sketch covers, which is more of an incentive. And then I know a lot of those books kind of went to second printings and stuff like that. So.
All right. Any guys check on eBay yet, Justin? Have you looked on eBay? Anything moving on eBay with those?
I mean, people are trying to get like $30 to $60 for 3, 4, 5. So.
Right.
See, this is the problem. I think personally, a lot of people are frustrated because every book now is a wall book. It's like, come on, people, like seriously, be careful when you start buying these books because you know you're going to spend. I got suckered in during the Doomsday hype. Yeah, and I lost my ass on that book. Right, because I bought it way past the time I should have bought it. Okay. So I just fair warning to people who are looking to buy these books. Yeah. So you guys know me. What book have I way past the like? What book am I going to pay over the top for when I finally buy it, if I ever buy it? What book, you guys?
First Black Mask.
First Black Mask. I'm screwed on this. Yeah. I mean, I'm screwed on this. I missed it out when Tim was.
Well, I've got 2, so I might be able to hook you up.
Thank you. I appreciate.
I'm sending one to CGC. So
you are. Okay.
I've got a Canadian price variant and a regular cover.
So fun. Yeah, Gary just said Black Mask. So very funny story. So when you guys were doing your Lord's auction, I was in Maine with the family and some friends, and I was at this little podunk casino up in Oxford, Maine, having a great time, running around. And I tried filling in on the auction as much as I could. But then when that Black Mask came on, I'll tell you, you guys are good friends because Justin texted me, Gary DM'd me, I think, or texted me. Ryan sent me a message, said it was up, and I was just either I was at at a table or something like that. I just couldn't get to it. But you know what, though? I'm so happy that I have good friends like you to look out for me. So.
I said, you got to make a decision you got to either choose Black Mask or Black Jack.
Yeah, right. I chose Black Mask. Right. I made enough money to buy Black Mask and Blackjack, but it just didn't happen. So yeah. All right. So so Blue Beetle's out. They're talking about it. We'll see which way it goes. Now, I like the character of Blue Beetle.
It's interesting. I don't know a lot about him, but from what there's a movie. What was it? Justice League versus Teen Titans. That's a pretty good depiction of his character and what his skills are. But it seems like the Scarab really is more of it's like just like the suit. Right. So the suit is the power. He just kind of wears it.
Right. Yeah. The Scarab comes from where, buddy? You probably know this.
I mean, it's kind of weird because some of it they say is like Palmer Tech.
Gotcha.
Ford kind of did it, or Palmer Industries.
Yeah, I mean, and then
and then if you watch like Young Justice, they talk all about that the Scarab was like part of an alien race, and that's exactly like like Iron Man's suit. Like, it's just a suit that can do stuff,
right? Though the Scarab like fuses into his central nervous system.
Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm watching the live chat as we do it right now. Gary's on. He's got this great logo. Beyond the Blast Doors jumped on. What's up, man? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining and supporting. And then we've got the Model Vault that just jumped on too. So
Beyond the Blast Doors, what do you think about Nick Nolte in The Mandalorian?
Yeah, right.
crazy haired weirdo.
Right. Nick Nolte. That's gonna be
some sand hermit or something. Who knows?
Something like that, right? Crazy with something like that. Yeah. So the Blue Beetle, what I really liked about the Blue Beetle was I was a big fan of Batman Brave and the Bold, that cartoon. One of my favorite ones.
Yeah, he was in a couple episodes.
Yeah, he did a couple of episodes on that, which was really cool. They did there was a 2-parter Batman Brave and the Bold where Red Hood was involved, and they went over to the other universe, and it was the crime syndicate. So it was like Red Arrow. He was called the Silver Scarab or something like that. And it was just a great episode. So if you can ever find the Batman Brave and the Bold, which if you have DC streaming, you can find it on.
I have not pulled the trigger on that yet.
Oh,
and
right.
I know. I gotta get, man, I've been so busy with so many things.
I know.
I'm trying to catch up with like a million shows, but Titans is high on my list. I just want to be really prepared. I want to be able to focus. I heard it's amazing.
Yeah, so that's a great segue, as somebody would say, into that. But Beetle's coming out. We don't know too much other than that about it, character-wise and stuff like that. But I like the fact that they're bringing these characters into it. And now I think Justin and I are going to talk a little bit about Titans without giving any shameless
Go ahead. You know what? Hey, like this is the thing. Like,
right. So
if you sleep past a certain amount of time, shame on you, right? So shame on me.
But one of the best things about it, though, is it's week to week, so you can't binge on it, right?
Oh, nice.
So
no, yeah, that's the best part about it.
Well, that's why I'm waiting then, so I can binge.
Yeah, very Gary says Titans is so good. It is. So first episode. So right now, I think we're up to episode 8, Justin. Right?
Yeah, the last episode. Yeah, it was 8.
I'm not quite there yet. Okay, so they've introduced Robin, Dick Grayson. You've got Starfire, you've got Raven, you've got Beast Boy, but man, they've introduced the Doom Patrol, which was absolutely fantastic.
Very cool.
The Jason Todd, I'm kind of digging. At first, I'm like, this kid's a little punk, but
then, he was. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Jason Todd was a punk. Right. Batman met Jason Todd stealing his rims.
Okay,
from the Batmobile,
right, Justin?
Yeah, that's post crisis.
Oh yeah, but still,
I mean,
it's
that's
still,
kind of like what they go with. Yeah, I know. It's right. That original where they just
so much. I mean, they got to choose one.
Yeah. So right now for me, Titans is just clicking on all cylinders. Last night I tried to binge watch. I tried to watch like 3 episodes. So to kind of catch up to it.
Is it kid friendly? I mean, I know they swear and stuff, but I mean,
no, it's. If my 14-year-old was watching, I'd have to be like, dude, close your eyes for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
is it like nudity or is it just the language?
A little bit of both. A little bit. I would say
reality and language.
Yeah, it's pretty violent. The vulgarity is definitely there, and it does. There's a few scenes where it gets a little risque.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Nothing like
sure.
Yeah, nothing like that. So we go through it, Justin. We've seen Doom Patrol. We've got Jason Todd.
Awesome.
Oh, Hawk and Dove.
Yeah,
Hawk and Dove early, like episode 3. Absolutely fantastic the way they depicted Hawk and Dove.
So they're doing it right then.
Yeah. And now the latest episode, exactly what Model Vault says, is they just introduced Donna Troy, which I haven't watched yet. Okay. So
well, I got a first appearance of her with a double cover, guys.
Really? Well, there you go.
Fancy.
Yeah. So Teen Titans to me really is the George Perez run. Okay. That the George Perez run to me was absolutely fantastic. Those books, that run, you guys, I couldn't get enough of. I consumed it. I gobbled it up. The Dr. Light, the Judas Contract, the Deathstroke with Ravager and stuff like that. Those are some of my favorite storylines, and I absolutely loved it. I don't
without ruining it. Who is the antagonist? Is it anybody? Like, is it just like a mystery, or do they know?
Right, Justin. Do you want to fill that? Because I'm still. Well, I want to ask Justin. Justin, that family, right? Those people that we're going after, they're not in the comic books, are they? They're just.
Nah, they really haven't said like if they're from some, like let's just say if they were like from Hive, because that was always a big thing with the Teen Titans.
Right, Hive.
I don't think it is, but no.
They're kind of alluding now. Justin, check me if I'm wrong. They're alluding to it's being Raven's father is manipulating all this from behind the scenes.
Trigon, I love it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go with that. I mean, I think it's like, I mean, Ryan, it's like a cult thing. That's like that's kind of the whole season 1 is I think it's all about Raven. It's all really about everyone finding themselves.
Right.
Because in the last, I mean, this is going to now spoil this past week's episode with Donna Troy is part of it is Dick and Donna, kind of reminiscing. And it's such a great episode because there's a lot of name dropping. I'm not going to tell you who, but it's, good name drops. And then on the other side, the flip side of that is, you have Starfire and Beast Boy, and
now all the hate that Starfire got, is it warranted or is it awesome once you see it in real action?
I think it's great. Her powers are awesome.
Yeah,
definitely. This
because I just remember her getting so much hate when they showed it originally. Maybe it was unfinished, but I didn't think it was that bad. But I don't know. There was a lot of internet vileness against that character.
Yeah. I definitely don't think it's warranted. I think that it's she's selling the character well. You know, the way she comes about it is really good. I think her powers are really cool. And let me tell you, you know what's really good about this show is the fight scenes. Justin, what do you think?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, they definitely trained well. I mean, the Hawk and Dove episodes, the Robin and the Jason Todd episodes, their fights. I watched the behind the scenes featurette. I mean, they really hit these people. I mean, like it's no like pulling punches type of thing.
That's really cool. I'm really glad that they did that. I mean, DC seemed to always have their TV down. I mean, Arrow was good. Flash is awesome. You know, all those shows have been really great. Now they can do it pretty much kind of whatever they want on their own network. That's sweet. You guys are selling me. I might have to go buy this today.
Oh my god, dude, it's really good. And we so it's been following pretty cool. The character development is really cool. You know, the antagonists were kind of
if it's Trigon, that would blow my mind.
Yeah,
I mean, that is an amazing character.
Raven's characters, her abilities, I think they're really staging pretty well about her backstory and stuff like that. They give a lot of conversation. What I thought was really cool was the conversation between Dick and Jason about Batman. You know what I mean? And their on him and which way it went. And
so is Jason the Robin or is Dick Grayson the Robin at this point?
Justin, you want to answer that?
I mean, all right. So yeah, I mean, Dick's kind of quit the Robin, but he still has the uniform. And you will see the progression through season 1 of him kind of just, he's got to let go of the character.
Like that trailer where he throws the R against the wall. Is that like him like kind of like being pissed off or going against like being the sidekick or something?
No, that was just season 1. I think it's just the whole reasoning behind him quitting was it's almost like blending him and Jason Todd because he's very angry. And you'll see that throughout the season. And he talks about it with all the characters.
The whole F Batman line.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, he's just he's very angry to what Bruce did to him. Yeah. So that's why he kind of is leaving the Robin behind.
Okay, I got goosebumps. I'm going to go watch this after we get off.
Oh, Ryan, I'm a big Jason Todd fan. So when that...
Oh, me too. And Teen Titans is my jam, 100%. I mean, I've got the entire Silver Age run complete. And up to issue 40. I don't go into when they change to the Tales of the Teen Titans. Yeah, I've only got I've got the Nightwing book. Yeah, but I stopped at 40 where it was still New Teen Titans. So I've got 1 through 40 on that. Yeah, Teen Titans is my jam, guys.
So Justin and Ryan, it was really what I really liked about it was when they were talking about why didn't you like Jason Todd, Robin was, or Dick Ray was like, why did you stay Robin? He goes, because Robin kicks ass, man. Robin is really like a kick-ass character.
It really is.
And Dick Grayson pulled out 2 names, like, why don't you call yourself like this Red Sparrow or something like that? And it was definitely reminiscent of like
Red Robin kind of thing.
Red Robin, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was definitely
that's cool. So when I first started doing YouTube videos, this is before I was even doing things with Tim or knew any of you guys. I did a 3-part my Robin collection at the time. It's on the DARKSIDE Jedi channel, not on the Lord's channel. Yeah. But it's a nice 3-part going through all my Robin books because I'm a huge Robin fan.
Okay. Yeah, if you're a huge Robin fan, Justin, he's got to watch this, right? Like, I mean,
yeah, no, I mean there's so many, and I'm sure there's so much history to Dick, to Jason,
right?
I mean, I'd say currently my favorite Robin is Damian, just because I love the side of the Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul side of it.
Yeah.
But Jason Todd, I mean, come on, man.
Cool. I mean, it's going good right now. A few other people just jumped on. Von Chilla, Dr. Von Chilla just jumped on. We've got Big Lion Cat 640. Justin, do we know how many episodes is slated for this season 1?
I think 12. I think that's kind of where they're at. Oh. Because I know if the preview for next week's episode actually goes back to Hawk and Dove, and that's episode 9.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be a complete, like, you're not going to even see the Titans crew. It's really like an origins of Hawk and Dove.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll just go back to.
Now it's a girl and a guy, right? The Hawk and Dove.
Yes.
Yeah, the girl and the guy.
Originally, it was two guys, right?
Yeah.
In the Silver Age. So they're really doing the 80s version then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, not really the Silver Age version of this team.
So I mean, we've got only a few more weeks, and
Is there a Kid Flash in it or anything? Or?
No.
No.
Well, I was going to say was I was trying to look up to see what they were charged per episode or like what the production value is, and I mean that's because the production is fantastic. You know, the suits are amazing. They were talking like some of the suits cost anywhere up to like $800,000 or something like that.
What?
Yeah, just to have them developed and stuff like that.
Oh
and
my God.
it was funny when Robin. This is with great dialogue. Robin was talking to Jason Todd, not to ruin it, but Jason Todd was bragging about his suit to Dick, and it was like 4 stages past what Dick wears, and he's like, "Really?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, "This is 4 times stronger than Kevlar," and Dick goes, "He gave that to you? Like, he let you have that? Like, so really cool." So, all right, so,
I gotta go watch it. See you guys.
All right, later. Later, Ryan. All right, so Titans is hot. We're all fans. We're loving it.
We kind of brushed over it real quick, but you had mentioned earlier in the show, now's the time to be a DC fan.
Yeah.
Well, now's the time to start collecting DC books also, because unfortunately, Marvel books have gotten out of a lot of people's price range. It's ridiculous, the cost of some of these keys, and especially Silver Age Marvel keys. Like, forget about it. But DC keys are still affordable, man. Right. There's not. I mean, I cannot give away my BB-28. So, like, if you want to start collecting, come over to the DC side, everybody. It's really fun over here. The water's warm.
The water's warm. You like it? All right. So, DC, very Gary saying, DC's very underrated, stuff like that. So somebody had just segued us, which was really cool, into the next thing that we're going to talk about is the Elseworlds, right? Elseworlds starts tonight.
No, next behind. I'm so behind on all that.
All right, so am I. So I'm hoping Justin is up to date with.
But the thing about those Elseworld episodes, you don't have to really follow the rest of the episodes. It's all on its own, so you can just watch those 3 sight unseen on everything else, and you should be fine. But
so, Justin, are you caught up on those shows?
Yeah, I mean, well, it starts next week. It's 8, 9, and 10.
And this is the Batwoman thing, right?
I'm caught up. Everything besides Supergirl, I think I'm like 2 episodes behind. But yeah, like Ryan said, I mean, you can just watch those like 3 or 4 episodes, like whenever they do the crossovers, and
it doesn't even tie into the rest of the season.
You don't need to know what's going on because it's simple. It's just in that 4-part thing. I mean, Asher's was great.
It's Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, and
that's it. No, this year it's only 3. It's only 3.
3, okay.
Last one had Legends of Tomorrow in it, right?
Right.
Yes.
Did have Legends.
That was that Nazi one or whatever, Superman Nazi.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, that was Crisis on X Earth.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but this is Batwoman, right? They're going to introduce Batwoman here.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ruby Rose is going to be phenomenal.
She's going to be amazing.
Right. So
I love the shots of when they showed her in costume. That was fantastic.
Yeah. And I mean, then you're going to see the guy who plays Superman in the black suit. And I mean, from what they're teasing, Stephen Amell says, for Smallville fans, there's supposedly a big tease in there. So I don't know if we're going to get.
This is a question about the question.
Yeah.
Catherine Kane, who is this Catherine Kane version of Batwoman?
Yes.
So she dated Renee Montoya, right? Didn't they have a love affair?
Yes.
During the 52 run?
Yep.
So are we going to maybe see the question come around?
I hate to say it, but that's a good question.
I don't know. The only reason I would say no is because she's going to be in the Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah, right. That's true.
Yeah. So, Justin, when does it start again? It starts next week?
Next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday.
All right. So we'll get all that, and they're probably going to show her, and then her show is slated for when, you guys? I don't know.
Haven't really said anything.
Okay.
I guess they're kind of waiting to see a fan reaction to the episodes for next week.
Right. Oh, exactly. Right. See what kind of reaction they get from it and where it goes. I did see a picture of Stephen Amell, Green Arrow, in the Flash costume.
Yeah, right.
He's a lot shorter than
Grant Gustafson.
Yeah. He's a little shorter, so I don't know how they did it. But I did see though that they had the father in it, right? Flash's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see that right? So I'm a season behind on Flash.
I'm a season behind on all of them.
Yeah, I was big into the first 3 seasons of Flash with Zoom, and then it went into the first 3 seasons. But then
Reverse Flash, Zoom, and then Savitar.
Yeah, I thought all of those were great. the season 4, I wasn't too hip on. I didn't like that villain.
The Thinker, I enjoyed it. I mean, he got annoying because he was so pompous, but
yeah,
I don't know. It came together pretty cool at the end.
You know what? If you say that, I'll have to go back and watch it.
I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, it was like one of those things where you remember watching Smallville, and every time Lana would come on the screen, you'd be like, "Oh my God, here we go again with this melodramatic person. I want to throw up. It's so saccharine." But it's kind of how I felt every time he would come on screen. But as soon as like the wife's, well, I won't ruin it. But anyway, there's things happen and things change, and it got good. I thought anyway.
Well, they can't keep doing just speedsters. That's the thing. I think that's why they changed it up. They brought it in a golden age villain, and it was just completely different. I mean, and even this season is not another non-speedster. So you got to go. You can't just keep doing these speedster villains. I mean,
well, the problem with these shows, what ends up happening is it seems like everybody has powers.
Right.
So it's not special anymore. Like, come on, like somebody can't have powers. You can't have someone all of a sudden show up and, oh, I'm just as fast as you are, but we've never met you. And I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to see. But I'll tell you though, they do the storyline pretty good. Like I loved the Gorilla City arc with Grodd.
Oh, yeah, that was sweet.
I thought that was really cool. I love the Zoom. I love the Reverse Flash. I love.
Yeah. I mean, when they did what was it? Was it season 3 or season 2 where it was Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah,
kind of. Where he goes back in time and everything changes.
Oh, Flashpoint. Like
Flashpoint. That's what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So that neat stuff. But where were they saying that the Beyonder is going to, not the Beyonder, oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Where would they say that the Monitor is going to make, did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I did see a picture from that. What was that magazine where they showed that dude in the suit? But I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think from what I kind of saw the trailers, I think he gives powers to some guy, some scientist, and he's the one who's kind of changing the world, like changing what's going on.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I don't know too much past that. So
yeah, I don't know. But if they introduce the Monitor, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, if they introduce the Monitor, then they introduce Anti-Monitor. It's just going to get ridiculous. That's so forward. Like, who would ever thought that you would see like but they have been doing multiverse very strongly, so it makes sense to bring those two characters in.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool. I think the way this is going is good. How is Supergirl right now, Justin? Good?
I mean, I haven't watched, like I said, the past 2-3 episodes, but I will say it's very political.
Yeah, it is very political.
The season is very like what's going on, in America now. It's very like with the immigration of aliens.
Yeah.
Because I guess at the end of season 2 or last season, they introduced this whole alien act where they can live among us and they work among us. Now it's all about them. There's people that don't want them there, and
so
that's
like
where
very X-Men-ish.
Yeah, it's interesting. I liked Mon-El. I always thought he was a real cool character. I
love that when he finally put his real suit on.
Yes,
that gave me a little goosebump.
Yeah, that was cool. It was quasi Legion of Superheroes, right? I mean, it was.
Definitely it was. They had the rings. They had. I mean, it was Saturn Girl. They had Brainiac 5. That was awesome.
Yeah, Brainiac 5. Brainiac 5 is a very cool character. So Brainiac to me, you guys, is a villain that I like the way they're doing it on Krypton. So Brainiac would be somebody I'd like to see them bring in, and do more of, right? Because he's just always been such a good villain.
Have you played the Injustice 2 video game?
I have not.
That's got a really awesome Brainiac storyline. Very cool. Yeah. It's Brainiac's heavy,
Okay, nice.
And the guy who you're a big Star Trek fan, so the guy who played the villain in Star Trek Voyager, he voices Brainiac in them.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I have to check that out. All right, so we've got all that. That's really cool. That's been a lot of fun, the stuff that's going on. But then, like 48 hours ago, breaking news: DC is talking about bringing another female character to big screen. Justin, who are we talking about here?
Zatanna. The magic.
Cannot wait. I hope that is true.
Yeah,
she's my favorite, hands down, my favorite female character in comics. I love Zatanna.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, you can see behind me, I got the first appearance, and I got a big old sideshow, print that was done by Art Germ. I even got the Art Germ statue for that. So
I have the Bombshell statue, and I have her first appearance, and then all that Adam Hughes run
Right.
of hers. Yeah.
See, that's why I like having you guys. I mean, you guys are good friends to me, but you guys is very good. It's above. Now that Hawkman is her first episode, first
appearance. Yeah.
Full. All right. Justin, that book mid-grade is going for what? Any idea?
I'd probably say in mid-grade, probably like 600-700. I'm sure it'll just keep jumping.
A 4 to a 5 or something like that. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
6. All right, interesting.
I mean, it's always been a tough book because who really kept that in good condition and kind of really were picking up Hawkman.
Right.
And it was a secondary story. She wasn't on the cover.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
She's not even on the cover. She's her second appearance. Her face. It's a Adam book. It's just her face.
Yep.
On the corner of the page. So it's interesting with this character. It wasn't until I think a Justice League 55 or 52 where she was actually on the cover of the comic.
Huh.
But there's a cool 6 arc. It's like the first. I looked it up. It was very interesting, and I have to go back on Instagram. It was a couple years ago that I had posted it. But there's a storyline that starts with Hawkman 4, and I'd have to refresh my memory for the exact issues. But it's either a 5 or a 4 or a 5 or a 6 issue arc. But it's a crossover between a Green Lantern book, and these are all Silver Age. So Hawkman, Green Lantern, Justice League, and Batman. And then there's another one. Oh, the Atom. All of those books is a storyline called Search for Zatara, where she's looking for her dad. So that's essentially the first crossover in comic book history.
Right.
Superhero wise.
Yeah.
Because it went through 5 or 6 different titles.
Okay.
But it was the backstory on each of those titles. Very cool little tidbit.
So Justin, in that book that you have right there, that Hawkman, he doesn't interact with Hawkman, or that's just a secondary. She's a secondary story, just a
secondary story.
Yeah, but I haven't opened up the book in so long, but I think she's on right as soon as you open it. She's on the front page, she's on that front page, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. Yeah, I am. If I know less than less, I know less and less about Zatanna. You know what I mean? Other than she's a magician and she's got a great outfit and stuff like that. So I'll leave it to you guys. But when I was doing my homework on this, not much to say, though they'd like to do it. I think it's just another way. I mean, maybe are they doing this on the heels of, Brie Larson and, the female characters coming out, the success of Wonder Woman? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Bringing more women to the big screen? Is that what this is a result of?
Well, I think they should. Why not? I mean, Wonder Woman did well.
Yep.
Girls like comics too.
Yeah.
So let's bring out some of these strong female characters. Now, with Zatanna, it's more of the mystical side of things. So you can bring in these DC dark characters, and that's what everybody wants. I think there was talk a couple years ago where Guillermo del Toro was going to do a Justice League Dark. Yeah. And nothing ever happened, but that's what I'm waiting for. Quit doing these cartoons. Let's get some live action. Right. Justice League Dark. I love it.
No, that's pretty.
I'm actually surprised that this season of Legends Tomorrow was all about magic, and I was hoping for some of the characters either maybe to pop up. But I mean, you have Constantine. He's on every week. This past week, I think it was, or the week before, they had like an episode where they went to a camp, and it was they called it Swamp Thang, like THAA.
Really?
And it kind of looked like him, but it was just like I guess it was like kind of like Jason, but they called him Swamp Thing, and it was just good because you reminisce, like Swamp Thing. So you're like, and didn't go anywhere. But
well, they are doing a Swamp Thing on the DC
streaming service,
right?
Yeah. But that's interesting. You see that little bit right there is going to make me want to go and catch up on my Legends of Tomorrow just to see something like that. What I like about Legends of Tomorrow, not to get off track from Zatanna, but they are individual episodes among themselves, right? Right, like they have their anomaly, they go kind of figure it out, they solve it and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna go. I got to catch up on this stuff, man. Unbelievable.
I know life gets in the way, doesn't it?
It does. I'm telling you, man. You got all day for comic books.
I know.
Collectible TV shows, man. It'd be unbelievable. Yeah. It'd be a great geek life. So so we've got all that stuff going on. Zatanna. Justin, who did that statue right there? What kind of statue is that?
That's the DC Collectibles, the Cover Girls line. Okay. So that's the art term one.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the sideshow that came out a few months back? it's a huge. It's one of those huge
Yeah,
sideshow
I
ones
have
of
that
her.
one, Ryan.
Yeah,
It,
it's
it
nice.
matches the print that
Okay,
Archer did.
that's
So
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
that was actually my first sideshow, my first and only sideshow piece. So
Nice.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it really was.
They're very big. They're very expensive, but
I have one. I have a
fan of
Green
them.
Goblin one, but it's man, those are really nice.
Yeah.
If you want, look at the Gem Mint Collectibles ones. He'll tell you all about those sideshow. Amazing collection.
My statue game is so weak. I go on the website maybe once a week. I look at the Hulk Wolverine one. I go back and forth, and then something comes into my room. I never pulled the trigger. I don't really know down in the grotto.
You can pay payments.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst thing ever, right? Like, my God. But even in the grotto, I'm so overrun by stuff. Like, I'm starting to layer stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I've been collecting Legos now. Like, I like the Lego sets. So I just had the kids put together this huge Voltron. I don't even know, like, that is in here. I put another Batman set together. Like, I need a bigger house for a bigger toy.
Knock down a wall or something.
Yeah, I know. I got knocked on the wall or whatever. So it's funny when my wife and I are talking about a bigger house. I'm like, look, as long as it has a big man cave and I can do like a studio almost, I'll be all set. So it's funny how that all works, So when your hobbies become everything, which is really great. So fun
hobby.
It's a fun hobby, man. The DC talk, this has just been killer. On the flip side of that, the DC stuff, I haven't really been picking up any of the new DC books that have come out. I got the Green Lantern. Justin, any prelude to your variant videos? Any variants coming out this week or anything like that?
I mean, this week's actually going to be a really quick video. There's not much that I want to put into, but I mean, like this month, as far as like on the Marvel side for variants, this month starts the Conan variants.
Okay.
What else? And I mean, the Stan Lee Remembrance issues are coming out.
Okay.
But they're not like anything different. I was looking at it. All it is just the regular covers, and they're putting like a black band that says Stan Lee and his date of the year and that he was born, the year that he died. It's not like they're changing covers and putting him on the cover.
Right.
So they're just regular covers, I believe. But everyone thinks that they're going out for variants.
Yeah, interesting. And I just want to ask DARKSIDE JEDI, Ryan, that B and the B28 is not moving for you, huh?
No. And I'm selling it below GPA too.
Right.
I think that movie killed that book.
Yeah.
Because before, obviously, it was a very, very hot book, but that movie came out and no one wants it.
Yeah. And
but it's a good one to hold on to. It's not like I'm sad that I have it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love having this book. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
I'm slowly selling everything so I can get a Batman one.
Ooh,
you heard it first here, kids.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so that's my plan, and this is why I'm trying to sell things.
Right.
So look for our auctions, because once I start, I want to grade all the keys because it's easier to sell graded books.
Yes, right.
So once I get everything graded as they come in, we're going to do auctions. So this is why this is the method behind the madness.
Yeah, right. That's interesting.
But yeah, so I mean, look, I love having this first appearance, but that would go a long way towards that Bat one.
Right.
Believe me, Ryan,
$3,300. It's yours right now.
Ryan, that is on my 2019 one list, and I've already had that conversation with the wife, saying that's going to be my big book.
Yeah.
Your price and grade is just a tad too high. And I don't think I'd get to that next year.
We could talk about it.
For
you, we can talk offline.
Everybody, you want a deal or something like that? All right, I'll give you $100 more than whatever he offers you. No.
Going once, going twice.
Yeah, I'll give you 10%. I'll give you.
I'm almost considering doing a 99-cent auction on eBay, but I don't want to pay that big of fees, and I'm scared of doing that with a book like that. I'm not that desperate that I want to do something stupid.
Yeah, I moved a couple books on eBay, and then the other day I got hit with this fee. I called my credit union. I was mad, and I was like, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no. And I realized, like, oh, my God. So, I mean, for me, selling on Instagram is the way to go. It's just,
I think so. It's a little difficult with some of the bigger books. A lot of people don't want to pay. But if you're willing to do payments and people are trustworthy, like I sold actually, as a matter of fact, a 4.5 Hawkman 4 and a Green Lantern 76. Both people paid payments, and they were very good about it. Cool. As they got paid, they put a little bit towards it, and they both now have those books.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're not in a hurry for the money, like doing a payment plan for someone is no big deal, right? As long as they're honest and they actually pay you.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're not.
And most of the people I've dealt with, I mean, I have seen a lot of horror stories on Instagram, but personally, knock on wood, I haven't really had any of those bad experiences other people have had.
I'm knock on wood with you too.
Yeah.
I bought and sold like lots and lots of stuff on Instagram, and I've never had one bad experience. You know, I heard a few guys, you know, talking about a few deadbeats here and there, but obviously, I'm not. If I'm selling you something, man, I'm not shipping it until it's 100% paid up. You know what I mean? That's straight. You know, I just, you know,
but those auctions, those online auctions, seem to be really popular. They're getting more popular. I mean, our last auction, I think the top we had around 120 people in that auction.
Wow, I know.
And that was, I mean,
Barry Gary's been getting very lucky on it too. Hell, I bought a Secret Wars #8 Raw for Barry Gary. Pressed it, came back at 9.8. I mean, you can't get better than that.
I think people are sick of these sellers trying to squeeze every cent out of a book when, you know, look, if you bought a book for $200 and it's now $600, let's say,
right?
Yeah, sure, you're going to want to try to get that $600, but look, if you can get $5 or $4.50, or I mean, if you can make money on a book,
correct?
Why try to gouge everyone for it? Just make what you're happy with. And go forward. That's my opinion. So, you know, when you come to see a Darkside Jedi auction or see something on Instagram, I'm not there to gouge you. I just look, you know, it's about collecting. And if everybody's selling at top dollar and I'm not, guess who's going to sell books?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
You know, you guys did to kind of just fall back on your auction. I kind of jumped on here and there, but I mean, like, you're not starting the book at like that Aquaman one, whatever GPA was like 600. You know,
I think I started at 2.
Yeah, I mean, I
wanted to make some money in it. I mean, to be honest, look, I paid like I think 3 something for it. I sold it for 455. GPA was 625. Like, okay, I'm happy. I'm not. Look, I would have sold that, but I had it on listed, ready to list on eBay for 495.
Right,
it was $40 under. I can't complain about that.
Right,
but it's $200 under GPA. So the guy that bought it.
Hey, Justin, what number did you tap out on that book? What number was your cap?
Like 450.
450. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was only $5 more, man.
I know. Believe me, you could have started that at $1, and I probably would have been like 400.
I know, it's so hard when you're on the other end of it. It's hard to pull that trigger. I mean, as much it's like you realize at the end, it's like, man, that was only $10 difference, but $10 when you're at $500 is a lot of money.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, you don't know the other guy. I don't know. I forgot who bought it, but whoever, you know, they could have just kept going up. And
well, he bought the Batman or the Batgirl, first Batgirl, and the Aquaman one.
Wow.
So he had a good day.
Ooh, that was a good day. You had a good day, right? There you go.
I had a very good day. I'm very happy about that, and it makes me want to do more.
Right. Absolutely. You know. Yeah.
I'm getting ready to send in another 25 books to get graded.
Wow. All right. You're going to go to CGC or are you going to
CGC? Yeah. That seems to be the one people want. So
you
know, if I have a signature that I need verified, or if I have an art piece, like a personal art piece, I'll do like the CBCS art.
Right.
Because I don't care about a grade of the book if I'm doing art.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the signature verification. Those will be pretty much it. But it seems like just for sales purposes, it seems everybody wants CGC.
No, I agree with that. I think if Gary's online, you know, I think Gary's online. He'll agree that he strictly only goes with, you know.
No, not to be confused. I mean, if I'm selling a CBCS book, I'm not going to sell it for less than what a CGC graded book is going for.
Correct.
But people expect some sort of discount, and I don't think it's warranted.
No, you're not going to discount it that much.
No way. No way.
Right.
I mean, PGX, that's a different story, but with CBCS and CGC, I'm selling them for the same price.
Right. Especially big keys, right, guys?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's a push either way. And then it's important on, you know, and then it depends on what it's your money. You spend it.
Yeah, but that's also a nice, you know, not needing to sell books kind of puts the seller in the driver's seat, because you don't really need that money. Right. Yeah. You're using, it's not like I'm selling these books to pay off a bill. I'm selling these books to save up to buy something else. Right. So I have all the time in the world. So if you don't think my price is fair, or if you don't want it, the next person will.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. All right. So we're just under an hour. And I think that we've talked about some great DC stuff. We've got some great news. We'll look to the future. First future for me is Ryan. We've Lords of the Long Box this Wednesday, hopefully, right?
Yeah, probably. I would assume, depending on news. It could be a slow news cycle, but it seems like we have a lot of news this week.
Right.
So I'm sure there will be an episode
like that. On the 3 Men in a Basement side, Justin, we got a big show coming up, right? Friday night.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna do between myself and my boy Dave. We have 20 books that came back from New York Comic Con, still in boxes. Most of them are delivered. Mine are gonna come, I think, Monday or Tuesday. His has one more box. So yeah, we're gonna do at least 20 books between the both of us from New York.
God, that's gonna be absolutely epic. And it was funny. He was like, when we do this, why don't we do it first? I'm like, no, we got to do this together. It's all part of a group. I can't wait. So I have a few books that I've sent out randomly to CGC. I probably won't be getting those back for a while. Justin is putting together a big run of moderns that we're gonna send in, but.
That's going to be such a great show, Everett.
Between, yeah,
I mean, the people that are on right now and the people that are going to watch us later. I mean, between myself, you, Roger is going to send me some books, and Pat sending me books. It's going to be like at least 30 to 40 books. So that unboxing, I'm telling you, I'm coming up to Connecticut. We're going to do this live unboxing. It's going to be,
it's just going to be like Christmas with all this CGC stuff.
Fun.
So yeah, we're going to talk about that as we come. Mutant Monday, I'm trying to get together for the last part of the Dark Phoenix run on Lords of the Long Box, but I got a little family thing that popped up today, so I might have to postpone it, but it's okay because the end of the Phoenix should have some type of suspense. We should build up to this. So that's been a lot of fun for me. Justin's going to drop his variant Spotlight horror video on 3 Men in a Basement. We've got Lords of the Long Box coming up. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Ryan, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me. I apprect it. It was fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was good.
I love getting a chance to talk about DC books. I never did get to on the Lord's show. It's a little lopsided for some reason.
It was funny, though. So when we do this again, I'll get, Big Easy and Marky, you know what I mean? I'll get
right.
The whole DC,
Not to say I don't appreciate Marvel books. Okay, I like it all.
It's not your tea. It's not your, it's not
DC. That's all.
It's been going great. Justin, any last words? Nemesis Prime.
No, like you said, variant Spotlight video drops tomorrow. We definitely have the live show on Friday, and I'm sure everyone kind of wants to know: is your hand from the karate chop 9.8? What's wrong with the hand?
The hand is injured. There is no 9.8 karate chop injury. I haven't hurt myself. I was messing around with adult tools, and I did something really, really stupid,
Ouch.
And I got a really bad burn. I was just thanks for bringing that up, Justin. I thought I'd get show.
You're like hiding it back there.
Yeah, I am hiding it back here. I got to find a trick. So the dumbass that I am, blowing leaves yesterday. I got the big 7 horsepower walk behind blower. Got to get it done. Went out the night before, so I got half of what my father would call a squash, if you know what I mean. And wasn't really paying attention. I went to kneel down to check something. I put my hand right on the carburetor.
Ouch.
Needless to say, there's a big blister underneath here. I'm becoming a mutant or anything. So this is not from the 9.8 karate chop. Actually, the 9.8 karate chop I think is right-handed, but we'll see. Very Gary, I did send 4 books or maybe 5 to Gary. I don't know at this point. I forgot. He said they'll be at CGC early this week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. So we got all these books coming back. We got books all over the place, man. So I'm going to sign off. And DARKSIDE JEDI, Ryan, thank you very much for joining us. Otto, glad to have you here. Justin,
enjoyed it.
You've been throwing some great stuff.
Good DC talk, guys.
Good DC talk. Now, Ryan, go get that DC stream.
I'm going to.
Good, right?
I might watch it all tonight.
Yeah, on behalf of the 3 Men in a Basement, on behalf of Lords of the Long Box, I am Otto. This is Mike Grotto, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.
See you guys.
All right, I'm going to stop broadcast right now.